Welcome everyone to the Speaking Part 3 Describing a Scene analysis. Before we start, I want to remind you that I will be following the Speaking Part 3 Describing a Scene guide. You can find this guide in our CELPIP library in the speaking section Part 3. Okay, and there's a video also in our channel. This guide provides you more information about what is the best approach to answering Speaking Part 3 and some tips and strategies that you can use to improve your score. So please go to our CELPIP library and you can watch that video, or you can watch it in our YouTube channel. For now, I will just be looking at the pages of the guide. It tells us about looking at the picture and preparing, what we should do to understand the picture better, what kind of grammar we can use. Very important, I'll say that right now. We need to use present continuous. Present continuous is the most important tense for this question, and this is why this question is a lower level complexity, okay? And also, very important, organizing our answer. This is what I'm going to be using the most. Whether it's for level 5, 6, or higher, we need to organize the answer well, okay? Now let's get started with today's analysis. So here we have part 3 describing a scene question. As you can see, preparation time is 30 seconds and speaking time is 1 minute. So this question, again, like I said, it's not so complex for level 5, 6, or 7, or to 9 or higher, okay? Now for the level 7 to 9, the answer I'm going to build right now, it's going to be very important to speak as much of the information as possible, almost everything. It shouldn't be hard for level 9s or higher, okay? And now, also very important is organization. This is something that always shows a higher level. When a student is very well organized with their speaking, it shows that they can think in English in an organized manner. And this is very important. So that's what we're going to be building today. We're going to be building a 7 to 9 answer that is well organized and being as descriptive of all the information as possible. Okay, so let's start with introducing the question. Okay, don't forget that I am following the guide that we have in our CELPIP library. We introduced the question. I'll be following these structures. Okay, so let's introduce the question. Okay, this picture is taking place at the circus. Or we can say at a circus tent, inside a circus tent, but at the circus is not so important. Okay, there are many acrobats and visitors doing different activities at the moment. This one is also just a structured sentence. Don't forget that the structured sentences are in blue. Okay, those ones are in blue. So what's important about this one is getting the right vocabulary. Acrobats and visitors. So depending on the picture, whatever picture it is, then you should say the right vocabulary. If you're, for example, at the workplace, you're going to say workers and managers, or okay, usually it's some kind of workers and visitors, okay? Okay, so now we're going to get to the foreground. The foreground over here. That's very important. The foreground, this part here. Okay, so let's see on the foreground here. Okay. In the foreground on the right, a boy is pointing to his mother. Maybe he wants to get a closer look at the acrobats or wants to go to the clown. So I'm talking about this one here where he's pointing, you see? He's pointing at his mom, pointing at something. Okay. So that's one side here. And what's next? While on the left, that's a good connector. Well, keep a close eye on the connectors we use. This is very important also for 7s or highers. While on the left, 2 children are playing with masks right here. We can say masks and a hat. And a vendor is selling some cotton candy to a woman and her family right over here. Okay, so I think that this is good. Again, for 7 or higher, we should have no problems with present continuous. That's what we're using for our grammar, main grammar. Okay. Now let's move on to the middle, right? The middle can probably be this area here, maybe here. I would say that's the middle here, okay? All right, so let's see. In the middle on the right, 2 acrobats are practicing their air routine. This one here, okay. There are other ways to describe that. Yeah, their rope routine. Okay. It looks like they're rolling the cloth around them and then they're going to roll down. Okay, right. So this is something good that 7 to 9s can do, which is it looks like, it seems like, or I think they are. So it looks like they're rolling the cloth around them. So this rope or cloth, they're rolling it around them. And then they're going to roll down. Okay. And then we should get to here and here probably. Let's see. Next to them, a clown's giving an animal balloon to some children. Okay, a clown's giving, so next to them, a clown's giving an animal balloon. You can see here. Or showing, could be giving, showing, okay. And there you go. While on the left, 2 acrobats are practicing their juggling act. So here on the left, so here I said next to them, and here while on the left, 2 acrobats are practicing their juggling act. Could be jugglers. It's right now we can use acrobats. It seems like they're all acrobats. Or circus staff, circus workers. Okay. So that seems to me like the middle right here. Okay. Now let's move over to the background. The background. That's going to be the right way to say it. In the background, we can see some acrobats practicing their chair balancing routine. Oh, chair balancing routine over here. 2 acrobats are practicing that. And then over here, we can still get to this one. Okay. While some other acrobats are riding a 1-wheel bike on the rope. We can say above them. It's okay, while, but we can also say while or above them. And the last one, and at the top of the tent. Okay, here at the top of the tent, we can see 2 air gymnasts practicing their flying routine. Okay, so air gymnasts, air acrobats. Okay. All right. So everyone, you can see here that we have described almost every part of that picture. And that's going to be very important for 7 to 9s, okay? They usually can describe everything. Grammatically speaking, this question is not difficult for 7 to 9s, but they should not make any mistakes in present continuous, present tense, okay? And in organization, which is very important. You can see here we've introduced the question in the foreground, in the middle, in the background. That is very important. Also using these descriptive words next to them while on the left and then while on the right. This is very important for 7 to 9s. And now, the most important of all for 9 or higher, it's delivery. Okay, so delivery. I've said this before. This question again should not be very difficult for 7 to 9s. That's why it's graded a little bit higher. If level 9s can't say this question clearly, well organized, and with really good delivery, then they're not level 9. Because this question should be easy for 9s or higher. 7 to 8s, it's not as graded as difficult, but for level 9s, you need to do this question almost perfectly. Okay? So then I'm going to read it, and everyone, please focus on my fluctuations in my speech and my clarity. Okay? And also on pauses. Pauses are important. We don't need to rush through it. Okay? All right, so we have 1 minute for this one. Okay, so let me put it up here. All right, and here I go. This picture is taking place at the circus. There are many acrobats and visitors doing different activities at the moment. In the foreground on the right, a boy is pointing to his mother. Maybe he wants to get a closer look at the acrobats or wants to go to the clown. While on the left, two children are playing with masks and a vendor selling some cotton candy to a woman and her family. In the middle, on the right, two acrobats are practicing their air routine. It looks like they're rolling the cloth around them and then they're going to roll down. Next to them, a clown's giving an animal balloon to some children. While on the left, two acrobats are practicing their juggling act. In the background, we can see some acrobats practicing their chair balancing routine, while some other acrobats are riding a one-wheeled bike on the rope. And at the top of the tent, we can see two air gymnasts practicing their flying routine. Okay, everyone, so you saw that I was able to say that there in 1 minute, of course, reading. But the goal would be, everyone, to practice by reading this answer or your own answer. If you can make your own answer following this organizational pattern, then that will be great. And of course, the ultimate goal would be to try to speak this answer on your own in 1 minute without without reading it. Okay, everyone? So don't forget, practice makes perfect. Okay, everyone. I would like to remind you that if you're looking for some more listening, reading, writing, or speaking CELPIP exam practice, then you should definitely subscribe to our CELPIP library. The CELPIP library has hundreds of examples of listening, reading, writing, and speaking, which will help you develop your score, whatever the score you need. Also, the library contains vocabulary, listening skills, reading skills, grammar, and writing skills exercises, which will really help you improve your general understanding of English and also for the exam. So, and you can purchase a 1 month pass or a 2 month or a 3 month subscription for a very low price. And of course, if you really enjoyed this content, then please like this video, share it, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way we will keep on producing more CELPIP analysis for your development. Have a great day.